That's been around for a long time. It's good for blurring out ugly people like you and backgrounds.
And ugly people in the background.
Yeah, hell, blobs is what I like to call them. Distorted blobs specifically.
Blobs. Yeah, for sure. Jesus God.
Starting off strong.
Blobs, come one, come all. Welcome to Beer Belly. Okay.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
welcome here.
When we say blobs, we mean ugly people. By the way, you know who you are.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You know
you
exactly
know,
who you are right
you
now.
know.
We're talking to you also.
Yeah, we're here.
Welcome to the first episode of Blob Belly.
Blob belly. You mean blob blob?
Yes, essentially. Dear God, how are you doing today, my good sir?
Good, good, good. I am on an empty tummy. The weekend's
Ooh,
about to start, and I'm ready to drink.
a friggity man. Did you just get out of the shower? You're looking good.
Yeah, just like right
Glistening
now.
even.
I feel like I'm sweating. God damn.
Is it that you are sweating or is it the shower? I
I
can't
think it's
tell.
my wet hair.
Ah, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, you look like a gorgeous mermaid, merman, whatever you want.
Let me ask
Seahorse.
you,
Yeah.
just because you've actually experienced, it's been a very, 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 very long time since you've had long hair. What do you
I was
miss
gonna say
about
we
it?
agreed that we wouldn't talk about my mermaid experience, but go on.
You got fucked by a mermaid. That's the experience. By the way, I'm the mermaid.
That's the thing. Since they don't have penises, they only use crabs. They just shove crabs up you. It's all there is to it.
I like to call my penis the crab, so it works.
That's the only way you catch crabs under the sea.
AJ, I'm
That's
gonna be honest with you, since we're
please.
being real right now.
Yeah, yeah, for
It
sure.
was it was not the ocean, it was actually a swimming pool, and you were drunk and you thought I was a mermaid. And again, I called my penis the crab. So that's what
Go,
happened. I'm
go.
happy I was able to get this off my chest.
I appreciate you bringing that drunken night into full view. Thank you very much. Thank you. Blackout eliminated. I've seen the light. I appreciate
hmm
it. You're a gracious man. Good for you,
Yeah.
sir.
Well, back then I was called the mermaid.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. King Triton's the name of your dick.
Yeah, I was not gentle.
I believe it.
Oh
Besides
man.
that, what were you going to ask?
What do you miss about your long hair?
What do I miss about my long hair? You know what? I honestly, I miss headbanging and I felt like it felt pretty cool. That's one thing I miss about it, especially like playing the drums live and then doing that. It was really, really fun. I miss that. Like it kind of just added to the, as John would say, momentum. That's an old,
Momentum. Yep.
it's an old school throwback right there.
Okay.
But it added to the momentum of the playing. It just added to it. It's just more fun. It emphasized every oomph, if you will.
Okay.
That's
I
what I
you
miss
know,
about it the most.
I've had long hair for what? Fuck, 6, 7 years now at this point.
I'd say at least.
I've only done that like twice in my life.
I've seen you at concerts get a little wild.
Nah,
You
but
may
I
not
don't like
remember.
I don't yeah, because I'm drunk. That's what I'm trying to be right now.
We were recording an episode of Beer Belly before we would record episodes of Beer Belly, essentially back in those
hmm
days.
It's called a car ride and being drunk.
Jesus, that's very true. Designated driver, not
Yeah.
John,
Yeah. No, no. I don't know if AJ was either, but
as
somebody
advised
was.
by the Surgeon General himself.
All
Ooh, what
right,
are you
let's
twisting off right there, little
I'm
boy?
Poseidon.
Oh, wow, nice. You guys get down under the sea.
Oh,
Do 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 do
oh,
do
it's
do
some
do.
whiskey.
Oh,
Mm,
baby.
I've been thinking about this all day.
Oh, why don't
Mm,
you give the camera a better look at what the heck you're showing us right now?
mm,
Please.
there it
You,
is.
you want to talk to the people about what the fuck we're looking at right now? It looks great.
It's whiskey. It's this color. It's the color whiskey, specifically the color.
The color
Uh,
whiskey. Found the name of the
it's
new band.
Maker's Mark private selection. I
Mm,
got it for steel.
nice.
It's originally 80 and Bevmo was selling it for 55, so Papa John had to jump on it. It's pretty fucking strong. It's 110 proof.
Wow.
So 55% alcohol.
Oh
Again,
yeah.
empty tummy. I'm gonna feel this.
Oh, you are. You're gonna get nice and warm after that cool shower.
And as you can tell, I've already had some, and I've got to say, this is some of my favorite whiskey. It's unfortunate that it's like a private selection,
Sure.
so I doubt I'm gonna get it again. Like maybe a different variation on it.
Right, right.
And like I was saying, some of the best whiskey I've ever had. I wonder if this was bottled almost a year ago. I wonder if
Oh,
that
whoa.
adds to the flavor.
I would not doubt whatsoever. I mean, it's been sealed for so long, but now you're unleashing it. You're letting her
Mm,
breathe a little bit.
I'm gonna let that ice swim.
Yeah, you should. Let it
Oh
float a
yeah.
little. Let it gain some
Oh my
buoyancy.
God.
Emphasis on the boy. De-emphasis
It
on the incy.
it definitely smells like alcohol. I'm playing. Well, it does. I'm not gonna lie, it does.
Yeah, of course, of course.
It's 55% alcohol. I mean, that's literally 55%.
So
That's
at least 55%
uh,
of it smells like that. Then of
yeah.
course,
That's
yeah.
5% over 50.
I want us to go to like Buffalo Trace Distillery one day or any distillery and like get like the full on tour experience, have like a whiskey connoisseur walk us through everything. And you and I, and I hope are some of our listeners out there who appreciate whiskey, take the time to, as John did, sniff the whiskey, get the nose on it before you coat the palate and everything. And when
Mm.
it comes down to the tasting, we're sitting down, they pour us a glass, we put it up to our nose. I want you to just sincerely go, I'm getting a keen scent of alcohol.
Alcohol. Yeah.
I just
What's
want you
is alcohol the main ingredient in this?
to. I'm sensing
I,
an
I
essence of it,
I'm
a
not
spritz, if
saying
you
I'm a
will.
professional, but I'm pretty good at what I do, and I'm pretty sure this smells like alcohol.
We have over 130 episodes worth of content at this point, so I mean, yeah, you're kind
You
of a
know,
big deal in the
did you make
alcohol
them in
game.
the wooden jingama things? Of
kind,
course.
kind of round. Sometimes people ride Niagara Falls down on them. I'm gonna crack open my drink right now.
Yeah, I hear it. What is it? Unleash it.
I could be wrong, but I think it's the first time I've had it on the show before. And I've had it recently at home, but it's the Citrus Stone Delicious
Oh,
IPA.
I'm sorry. I apologize for what you're about to drink.
Jesus, yeah, I just got done saying I really don't mind it much at all. It's actually pretty refreshing. Stone
I
Brewing,
think
sponsor me. Do not sponsor John.
I love Stone Brewery. I mean, again, we've had this conversation before.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
There's three variations of it. There's standard, double, citrus. Am
They
I
have
missing
four
one?
now.
What's the fourth?
They have standard, citrus, double, and now hazy
No, Hazy's been there. Hazy's been there. Yeah, I'm assuming you brought that variety pack. I
for
don't know
about a
if you
year now.
remember this,
Mhm.
you alcoholic, but when we went to the fair, I brought like each one of them for us to enjoy. And I gotta say, there's always a top one, and then there's a
Mhm.
bottom four. That one's four. I'm not talking shit. It's four.
You know what? I got to be honest. That would be a fun episode, and maybe even a good blind episode or something like that. Blind tasting episode. But I think the hazy's my least favorite. I had a taster
Hmm.
of it the other night at a restaurant a few weeks back, and I wasn't impressed. Not really. I'll be
Okay.
honest.
Okay. My
But I
favorite's the
want to try it
double.
again. Maybe I just need a full pour of it off the tap.
You can just throw them all away and get a double.
There you go. There you
The
go.
double's amazing. What is it? 9.4?
I
9.3?
believe it's
Yeah.
9.4. I have some in the fridge right now. I think I have like two left.
For shame. And you got number four.
If anyone's watching the video, you can tell it's still pretty darn early out. It's only like 6 p.m. I want to be able to have some fun with my wife later.
Hey, hey, you can have fun drunk, AJ.
Some might say that's the point,
Yeah, I mean, come on. Who you fooling?
key ingredient.
Trying to have fun with your wife. Let me break it to you. You're boring sober.
Jesus Christ. Holy
Now shut
crap.
up and drink your medicine.
I shall. Cheers to that. Jeez. Cheers to
Cheers.
my boring ass. Holy fuck. Ooh. Please
Oh,
talk to the people.
mine. is unbelievably sweet, which honestly, I'm very surprised because of the proof. It's a higher proof than usually. You do get some sweetness, but
Mhm.
you taste more of the barrel. You know what I'm saying? With some sweetness.
Sure.
This this literally tastes like maple.
Some mahogany.
It's it's dangerous. And I feel like some people might not like this one because it's a bit smooth. Like I think the sweetness overpowers the bite.
Interesting. Like it
Yeah,
subverts
it's
that punch you would get, huh?
it's crazy. I'm telling you, I gave some to my dad last weekend. He was like, "This
Hmm.
is smooth." I'm like, "Ah, no. I should have bought a second one and never had told my wife about it." But here I am.
I mean, for $55, it's a freaking steal. I mean, and like you were
Mm.
saying, you never know if this, I mean, well, no, this batch will never happen again. So if you find something you like, anyone that's listening right now, I mean, sometimes you just have to jump on it and invest in it a little bit if you want. That way, you know, you can revisit it time after time again until eventually the well runs dry.
Oh man, I if they still have it in sale in 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna buy another one.
Cool. You're
I
inspiring
think
me
so.
to be
I think you
honest with
should.
you.
I'm telling you, don't miss out. And I know Chino has them.
Oh, do
I'm
they?
talking. Yeah, I got them.
Nice.
It's
Okay.
time.
I'll keep my peepers peeled on that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's time. It's time, AJ. So, did you? Well, first. Let me know your opinion on number four. How is it? What does it taste like? Is it the color beer?
Oh, delicious citrus IPA, you mean?
Yeah. No, no, no.
Of
I mean number
course.
four. I'm sorry, but I'm glad
Number
you knew which
four,
one I
as
was
they
talking
call it.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Stone Brewing IPA number four.
Delicious number four. Yes.
Delicious number four, of course. You know what? Let me get another sipperoonie from it from the cold can. Mm.
Oh, that looks refreshing.
It actually is, and it's pretty warm back here. I'm sorry if you can hear my fan in the background at all, but it's not bad. I would say it's like standard delicious, but maybe the citrus kind of undercuts like that like hoppy IPA flavor that you get. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is hoppy. It certainly is. But it like screams like a combination of standard stone IPA with standard delicious IPA with like just the slightest bit of like a lemon and like a I would say it's more of a lemon than an orange, but like definitely
Okay.
citrus is like slightly apparent there. But one thing I do appreciate about it is that it's similar to me to like an FML by Stone, where it's not overly
I'm gonna cut
done.
you off. I'm gonna cut you.
Oh boy,
Okay. Okay. No,
here we
no, no,
go.
no, no, no. I like what. Okay, you're complimenting FML. Okay. I mean, you're wrong about what you're currently drinking. You're totally wrong.
About the
Again,
beer,
I'm not saying I'm a
wrong.
professional. I'm just good at what I do.
Go on.
Oh, that was it. I thought you were trying to take FML down to number four. No, don't do that.
No, no, that's
Yeah.
no, no. I'm not crazy like that. I'm crazy, but I'm not stupid, and I'm stupid, but I'm not completely, upside
Crazy.
down in the head. Yeah,
You
yeah,
sound like a
exactly.
crazy person. You sound like a stupid, crazy person right now.
That's the worst combination. Something crazy and smart, like supervillain, like Lex Luthor or something like that. No, 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 my friend. You
Hmm.
want someone who is dumb and stupid and ugly
I didn't throw that out, but I'm glad someone did.
and crazy. Yeah, exactly. It's the quadfecta, if you will, the quadrilogy. But no, I mean, I think Stone does a good job, and we've said it many times. But now I'm glad that we have a new example on the show where they can add citrus to something and maybe an edge of haziness to their beer, but it's not overly done, which is something that I kind of felt like when I had that a taste of hazy IPA, delicious hazy recently. I felt like it was a little too artificial for my taste as far as the haziness
Okay.
goes. And especially in a world right now of craft beer where I feel like hazies have, depending on what you're having, of course, have kind of ah it
They
might be
they were
controversial to say, but I feel like some brewers have reached a level of perfection, if you will,
okay.
of
No, I
balance.
we talked about this. We've talked about this in the past for sure.
Mm.
When hazies first started to become big and we started to drink them, they weren't great. They weren't really for us.
Some
But
were standouts, but for the most part, it wasn't for us. You're right.
no, it wasn't
Absolutely.
enough to say the overall was good.
Hmm.
But nowadays, I don't even think twice. I'm like, I'll take that one. That one looks good. Is it 9%? I'll take that one.
Exactly. I'll take that little knuckleball you're going to throw my way. I'm down. Why not?
Yeah.
Right?
It's crazy how more open we've become to not other brewing types, but different types of IPAs.
Yes. My thoughts exactly. My thoughts
Yeah,
exactly.
don't you ever dare say I'm closed-minded. I love double IPAs, triple IPAs, West Coast IPAs, hazy IPAs, cold IPAs, black IPAs. I love all of them.
New England, shout out to you.
Yeah,
I've told you recently, I want to try more New England IPAs,
they're
and when I
good.
get the chance to, it's always fun. It's always fun, and I'm a sucker for trying to get into more cold and black IPAs nowadays too. I really am.
Same, same. If they were so like, I'm starting to feel like they're becoming more of that hazy. Like you're starting to see them pop up a
Yes.
little bit more often.
Oh
Before,
yeah.
I feel like the only one I ever really saw was Stone
Mm-hmm.
back like way back in the day, and they
Yep.
used to be bitches, and they used to make me buy a 12 pack because it was like one exclusive beer that you can't get any other way.
I forgot
You
about
remember?
that.
No,
You're
I
blowing my
never
mind.
did. You know how many 12 packs I bought that everyone want to buy? It's always great one, number four. They're both number fours.
You just got a lot of number fours under your belt. I'm sorry about
Yeah,
that, but you're right.
yeah.
100% right.
But it's cool. I really love the fact, and I see them always together. I feel like if I'm
Oh
seeing
sure.
a black IPA somewhere, I'm typically gonna see a cold IPA.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool how those two are like on the uprising, and I hope that we continue to see stuff like that because, I mean, I don't know. One thing that makes me feel better about I should say my love for IPA and our love for IPA in general is hearing like brewers, whether they're home brewers or like master brewers at breweries and stuff like that, a lot of them just love IPA. And I'm so happy to hear that. You know, it just it reinstills my knowledge of like, hey, I'm not just like some I don't want to be like a gatekeeper or anything like that. But you and I have been drinking IPA for a while, probably before a lot of people started liking them, before they became more mainstream, and
Yeah.
probably got like in the very beginning of when it started to kind of really boom. You know,
That
we're not gonna
boom.
say we were there like at breweries back in like 2007 or anything like that. We're not gonna claim
Yeah.
that, but right when things started to really start to take off, we jumped on, and we, to be fair, we didn't like IPA back then, not really. And then one day it happened for us, and never looked back.
I'm sure it was Stone, but I really do wonder what IPA was the one where I was like, this is it. This is what my Zeus drinks on Mount Olympus.
Yes, I'm gonna channel that aura right now, a
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I feel you.
I wonder what
Like
it was. I'm sure it was Stone.
it had to be Stone. Well, you know what? Now that you mention it, I remember John back in the day falling in love, and I too, especially once you more so introduced it to me. Now that we're, I guess, on the Stone train again, we understand there are amazing breweries out there, and some that we prefer to visit more often, for sure. Stone Brewing, you know, there's been acquisitions and stuff like that within the company, and that's all fine and all. And they're like big beer now. I respect that. It's true. But at the end of the day, they know how to brew a fucking beer.
Yeah.
And I remember John falling in love with Stone Delicious IPA before there were any variations, years before all that. And like probably at least a decade before all that or something like that.
God damn.
And
Yeah.
that's just what we got lit on for a while. Where you'd buy like a 12 pack,
Delicious.
at least a 6 pack, or back in those days, they would come in like the big bottles, like the pint and a half boys or something like
Yeah.
that. And we would just get smashed on that in ruination and be a great time.
Fuck yeah. Oh, Ruination. It's funny because nowadays, if I have a triple IPA Ruination, it's not for me as much. But
It's
back in the
danky.
day, it was for me. And nowadays, it's crazy to say this, but I'm more if I'm drinking a triple IPA, which isn't really often because not
Yeah.
everybody kind of makes them.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer the ones that are very in your face hoppy, but also has like that flavor profile to it, you know? Some of them, and it's been a while since I've had a triple ruination. like you said, it's danky. It's just nothing but dank. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes I want to just, just some layers, some layers of flavors.
Yeah, some complexity to what's
Ah,
going on, not just like you're dry licking a hop or
look
anything
at
like
us,
that.
grown-ups.
Grown ups
Still getting drunk in our 30s.
on a Friday afternoon. It's not a bad call. I could think of a worse life. I'm living my best version right now to a certain extent.
I'm my own spirit animal.
Yeah, fuck yeah, caw, motherfucker,
Yeah,
caw.
caw. I'll stick to that.
God damn it.
Oh
That's so
man.
true, though, man. You're making me think way back. And the problem is, I love thinking back and reminiscing about moments like that. But I know that there's beer out there that we've had over the years that we just don't remember because we enjoyed them that much. If you catch my
Yeah.
drift.
Yeah.
For me, I remember, and I don't know if you remember this. We don't talk about this event or this night very often. The first time we made love, but aside
Of
from that,
course.
what led us to
the,
that, of
the
course,
mermaid and you drunkenly in the pool.
yeah, when you crabbed me, you hard
When I
crabbed me.
grabbed you, when you were crabbed in the crab, yeah.
Um, Jesus Christ. Um, I'm sweating now. Um, I don't know if you remember
Memories.
this, but there was a stone barrel aged, I believe barrel aged ale or IPA, and we had that fucker, and
Yeah.
it was like a Belgian and an IPA combined together. I don't think it was a collaboration. I just think again,
Google it.
like we've talked about recently on the Taproom podcast, but you brought up like you missed the collabs they would have and the different variations they would have back in the day. And to be fair, Stone still definitely mixes up the formula, especially when you go to their breweries. That's where you'll find that sheer variety. But I would guess, sir, that this is probably back in like, I don't know, 2012, 20, yeah, probably I would guess like 2012, 2013. It was like some like barrel aged ale boy, and it was strong as fuck. And I remember the first time we took a drink out of it, we were not yet ready. Like we thought we were because we'd been drinking IPA for quite some time by then, but it was harsh on the
It
palate.
must it must have been Arrogant Bastard because when I Google it, that's like the only thing that comes up.
Maybe a double bastard, but I really don't think it was, unless like they just decided to call it that after a while. But
Hmm.
I'm like 99% sure it was a stone beer. Does that ring any bells to you at all? It's okay if it doesn't.
I don't think it does.
Really? All right, fair enough.
Like
I'll shut my
Arrogant
face.
Bastard comes up, and that definitely looks familiar to me. But we really were in like the golden age of Stone Brewery.
Oh, for sure. Well, you know what? Hear me out on this. I just Googled Stone Brewing barrel aged India Pale Ale, and it comes up, and it's technically and officially on the website, but and it takes me to a page, but there's no information on the page at
Never
all.
happened. Never
And
happened.
I think I
Sorry.
like they're trying to bury the truth. I'm gonna
I
share my
think you're a
screen real
fucking
quick.
crazy man.
I'm losing my mind right now. I'm gonna share it real quick. Doesn't have to be a whole thing, but look at this is what I'm seeing. Just an empty page. The only way you know I'm not 100% crazy is because there's the name right there on the screen on the page. It's crazy.
Why don't you Google that and see if images come up?
I'll try. I'll try.
It's time.
Part of my
It's definitely.
pornography.
Oh, I see that Crunchyroll. You know that's
Hmm.
pornography. That's mermaid on mermaid action.
I'm trying to remember what it would have been called,
Open
but
up
I
the one
remember it
that
being a
has the three.
barrel aged boy, and it
Do,
kicked our asses bad.
do the three one. Do the one that's from the Los Angeles Times. Hopefully, it doesn't make you subscribe because newspapers are fucking assholes.
What are you talking about? I don't see it.
The one that has the
Oh,
Ruination.
here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You're right.
That
A
might be
pale
it.
ale,
That might be it. Zoom in,
bourbon. Oh,
bro.
bourbon
No,
barrel
not
aged
that one.
arrogant bastard. Maybe,
The pale ale is the same color as the Arrogant Bastard. Maybe that's the one.
maybe. I'm not. I'm
Maybe.
honestly not 100% sure. But if this is just a pale ale, I don't see anything about it being like. I don't know. I don't see anything about it being like barrel aged or anything like that.
I Okay, maybe it's not then. Maybe it's it's a pizza port collab. Is that what it
And it's
says?
only that is cool, but it's only 6%. This one kicked
Oh
our
no, let's
asses.
let's exit out. Let's get
Yeah,
out.
It's not what we're looking at anymore.
This is the oldest proof I have of us actually drinking Stones back in the day. And even then, that wasn't that long ago. This one right here is on
Okay.
my Instagram.
Nice.
If you can see that ish. Oh, well, right now you're sharing your screen. Once you're done.
Hold on, wait. 2015. Let's just take a look. I just want to see the ABV on it. Because maybe you're right. Maybe it was a barrel aged Eric bastard. But we'll go back to your Instagram page though, for sure. Sorry, I just want to see.
No,
It
no, no, I'm
doesn't
all
fucking
for it.
say.
You fucking
I don't want
doubt me until now you're questioning yourself. You goddamn bitch.
to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This one right here.
Points unknown
Hmm.
IPA celebrating the end of my semester. This is what?
Oh, I locked my screen.
God damn it, boy.
You're able to read that?
This is my new favorite beer. I remember that, but that was not the beer because we did not care for the taste.
No. I'm just saying that this is like one of the oldest stones we had. This was
Oh,
May of
sure.
2015.
Jesus, that's so
We
crazy.
were already drinking stone. That was not our first,
Oh,
rodeo.
for sure. But for years at that point, for years at that point,
We fucking
at
old
least a
men.
couple. Oh yeah, old crotchety fuckers for
One of these
sure.
days, when we're in our like 60s, we're gonna be telling our grandchildren, we were there when Stone blew up. We were
Hmm.
there.
That's the thing. Like they're like the band that inspires a genre of music. They're the craft beer genre that it inspired
You
all these
know,
breweries nowadays. I
some
feel
some
some
people
have been
might
around for a long time though.
some might disagree with you. I will
Sure,
say that they've stuck around. But the two
sure,
earliest IPAs that I remember seeing fucking everywhere, and one of them you still kind of see fucking everywhere is Lagunitas, you
absolutely.
know, which is not an IPA. And
Jeez,
I Goose IPA, I think that's what it's
Goose
called.
Island
Goose Island IPA. I remember that one back in the day being fucking everywhere.
everywhere. You'd see that goose
Yeah.
head at every bar.
Now I don't see it anywhere. I mean,
Yeah,
at
isn't that
grocery
crazy?
stores, but
Yeah,
that's about it.
that's about it. Yeah, but at least they hit the mainstream. They're at grocery stores now. But excuse me. But at least, yeah, you're totally right. That is such a difference nowadays. I feel like there's another IPA that's on like the tip of my tongue that I'm not recalling that was also kind of there, but obviously Lagunitas
Ballast Point.
IPA was, oh sure, Sculpin,
Sculpin was everywhere for a little
sure,
bit.
but even Sculpin has stood the test of time for sure. Like now you'll see like one thing I appreciate about Ballast Point is that it won't just be Sculpin anymore. It's like sometimes they'll have the Aloha Sculpin and sometimes they'll have something else by them, but usually it's like, standard Sculpin, Aloha Sculpin, a hazy boy, a version of it, whatever. So or the grapefruit Sculpin was like the first like big variation that they had back in those days.
Yeah.
And I like the grapefruit sculpin. I definitely do. That was like my
Okay.
first time where I was like, I don't know if I want to try something fruity mixed with an IPA, but it was a good example. I don't know if I'd feel the same way now. I probably would because I have fond memory of it, but I remember it being subtle, which is what I want. Depth, yes. Complexity, yes. Like your point earlier, but I want it to kick my ass a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Still to this day, I wanted to kick my ass. Um,
for sure.
yeah, it's insane where beers really come. It's still sometimes you'll go to a place and you see that they only have like Modelo and Corona, and it's like, what's
Mm.
going on, guys?
How out of touch are you?
Fucking get Blue Moon. You know?
You don't even like Blue Moon, but get Blue Moon. Yeah, right.
Get with the times. This is why your establishment is failing. Just saying.
Right.
Just saying.
Right. Well, you know what? It's
Face
not always
dust.
it's not the there you go. But that's the thing. It's not always the establishment's fault necessarily.
It is.
It's
It
that
is.
like I mean from someone that's come from, over a decade in the restaurant industry, those Mexican beers that you just listed, those Mexican lagers are typically the top sellers. I mean,
Yeah, I know it's
granted,
crazy.
it depends on where you are. It depends on what kind of, establishment you're running.
You mean the
Like,
demographics?
sure, sure. I mean, I'm sure that's a big part of it too. But at the same time, like, I mean, it depends on what you're having. Like, if you're like how can I say? If you're like just a bottle room or like a tap room, you don't even have to be a brewery. But if you just are like a craft beer spot where you know that's where it's going to be, then I would hope to think that beers, no offense, I would hope that Corona and Modelo would not be the most popular choices at that point. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
would hope that it would attract people that actually want to sincerely enjoy a journey of beer for the day or for however long they're there.
I mean, some people will say that about Corona and Modelo, though. It's insane to me that there are people who are our age or even younger who drink that. And correct me if I'm wrong. Send an email, send some hate mail.
Please do.
But I don't know how to say this without being disrespectful. So I'm just gonna be disrespectful. It's because they're ignorant. You know,
Absolutely.
they had one IPA, they had one stout, one ale. It doesn't matter. Everybody has their own preference,
One
and they
time.
hated it, and that's it. They're like, I'm gonna go back to Corona
And hey, you know what? Both of us probably could have been in that same boat, but for whatever reason, we kept doing it
because we're
and it worked out.
alcoholics.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's what it was. That's the X
That's
factor.
that's the reason. We you know, some people are born with certain type of genes. We have
Sure.
that mutation that makes us alcoholics.
Ugly and crazy and dumb. I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
100%. We're in the X-Men, but we're like in the background drinking.
Oh no, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, with the blob. Yes, of course. Exactly.
Yeah. He's
It
actually
comes
bringing the
back around.
keg. He's bringing the keg.
It's always a party when the blob shows up. It's a good time. That's awesome. But
Oh my
no, but
god.
it's true, and I agree with you. But to be fair, back when I was like, I definitely didn't drink underage. Certainly not, you know.
No, no.
But if I had, Corona and Modelo were likely entry level beers for me to at least start appreciating beer.
Ain't it? A net.
At the that almost sounded really bad.
I was almost disrespected.
If we put that clip on Instagram, it will bleep you out for not even saying what it sounded like you almost said. I bet if someone's driving right now with someone else listening, they looked at that driver for a moment like, what the fuck are you making me listen to now? Like I
These
know
guys are
I
clearly
know
trash.
I know Donald Trump is running again, but I didn't think that you were that into him to
Oh my
where the
god.
podcast doesn't think they could use words
Stolen right from them.
right from
Oh,
the book. Oh
oh,
my god.
that was good.
Yeah, did you enjoy yourself?
I did. I really did.
It's a good little boy there.
Oh man. I'm gonna
Why don't you
feel it
tell
in
the
a bit.
people again what you had today, just so that way they can keep it in mind.
It was Maker's Mark private selection, and it's specifically from Bevmo. Like you cannot get this specific one at other establishments. It's got to be Bevmo. And I've looked at two different Bevmos in two way different counties, and they're carrying the same shit. So get it.
Nice. That store pick, if you will, so much.
It's different than a store pick.
Sure, sure. More, I guess, company wide.
Well, a store pick, again, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm
Please, no.
ignorant too, is that a store pick is like I'm gonna use Whistle Pig as the example because you kind of
Yeah.
see store picks everywhere with that one. They
Mm-hmm.
already have the whiskey made in
Mm-hmm.
different types of barrels and they bid on it. They have like their head of alcoholics go there, they taste each barrel and they say, I want to buy this.
That's the
Yeah.
name of the group, of course. Officially. Can we
they
join that group? What do we have to do
I
to qualify?
that's the dream. That's the
What
dream.
what more do we have to do to
Yeah.
qualify? Please.
I'm telling I can distinguish the taste. I'm be like, this one tastes a little bit more like alcohol than that one.
Yeah, then that one right there.
This is the one I want, the one that tastes most like alcohol. um, so store picks, they're already pre-made in different types
Yes.
of barrels, and they each get to taste it, and then I believe they bid on which one they want to have exclusively for their store.
Sure.
This one, they actually pick the barrels that they want
Mm.
them made in. So
That's so cool.
it's different. One is already kind of
Super
pre-made,
cool.
and one is being catered to the professional alcoholic, the
Of
director of
course, of course.
alcoholism, of course.
Yes, yes, of course, of course. Well, thank you, Director of Alcoholism of the Bevmo branch, for gifting John the opportunity of purchasing that whiskey. I had a good deal too. So that
Yeah, yeah,
works
yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Nice. Well,
fucking delicious.
before before we go, we want to, we'll get into the fun stuff right before the end. But before we get even to that, we just have to shout out that you guys may have seen some posts already by the time that this episode is up. But in case you haven't, we are starting the first ever official Beer Belly Patreon account. So we're excited.
Patreon.
It's going to be the sexiest website on planet Earth, of course, to
We
where
might sound lewds. Wait, Patreon don't let you do that anymore. Well,
you
we
know, I'm
tried,
not gonna worry
guys.
as long as it's in cosplay, we're okay.
Oh, it's as long as it's tasteful. That
You
makes
you dress as
sense.
Morrigan from Darkstalkers. I'm gonna dress up as Ryu. It's gonna be fine. Hot Daddy Ryu. It'll be
Mm-hmm.
fine.
I'm okay with
Oh,
that.
actually, nowadays, now that Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is coming back, you should probably be Morgan and I'll be Spider-Man, just like the art kind of
Okay, okay.
illustrates.
Now hear me out. Why don't we relive some traumatic memories?
Okay,
Okay.
listening.
You can be a terrified fisherman, and I could be a mermaid with my crabs.
And boy, a fisherman don't want nothing more than a few crabs under his belt.
No,
I'll tell you
no,
what.
you're gonna get the crabs.
Jesus. That Alaskan king, baby. Jesus Christ. Well, to those of you who would love to support us, we're going to have two different tiers to start things off. We have the dollar tier, where once you sign up on the dollar tier, the $1 tier, that is, you're going to get a Beer Belly sticker sent over to you. So by all means, go for it. The other tier is going to be the $5 tier that we call Beer Belly Last Call. Do you mind explaining what the hell that is, real quick, sir?
Yeah, of course. So you definitely will not get the sticker if you do the $5. So I'm
You
playing.
don't get all subsequent
No, no, of
perks?
course.
No?
You want the sticker, you got to create two different accounts. So you're ultimately donating $6.
We're milking you dry.
That's the
Jesus
plan.
Christ.
That's the plan. We will be reviewing honestly whatever the fuck we want. Is it going to be uncensored? It's going to be uncensored. I'm not even
Completely
asking
uncensored.
permission. Oh my god.
Yeah,
It'll
as
be
you
so
shouldn't.
uncensored. Oh, I can't wait. Don't bleep
It'll
me.
be no holds barred at that point, I
We
think, for the
might
most part.
watch Titanic, and I might dress up as what's his name, Jack.
And I'll dress up
And
as Rose.
yeah.
Kind of already did once on a short that we recorded a while back.
Oh man, let's bring it back. So
We should.
you'll definitely see that craziness. You'll see more of the craziness, more of the
Yes.
blobbiness, more of the
Yes.
ignorantness.
John's going to pronounce ignorant more that way on the
Yeah.
show. It'll be great. But essentially, like John's saying, we're going to be reviewing really whatever the fuck we want. So whether it's, I don't know, movies, comics, TV shows, games,
Cobra Kai,
whatever. Cobra Kai could be
Mandalorian,
one. Whatever the fuck you
that
want.
one
Those are just
short
random
John was in.
examples.
Good luck trying to find it.
Absolutely. But and we want you guys to be able to send in your suggestions as well as to what we should review in the future as well with Beer Bailey Last Call. We plan to get a little silly during that show as well. We're going to cut loose. We're going to have some drinks. It'll be a good time every time. And again, that'll be for $5 a month. It'll be awesome. But again, even if it's just a buck, the buck tier is super helpful. It keeps the lights on. It helps go towards the beer fund or whiskey fund, if you will, towards making this show
Oh
go.
no!
And look at, I was gonna say we keep the lights on, but they're going out
The
now.
lights.
If you're watching the video version,
oh, there it is. You see,
that's
that's
a
what
little too
happens if you
much
donate.
there you go.
AJ donated $1 to me. The lights went back on.
And thank God, you know what? When he was overexposed like that, he looked a little less ugly. So there you go.
Yeah.
You're welcome, people.
If you pay $10, we'll overexpose John.
Oh, we might have to figure out a way to make that happen. We want to keep it cheap for everyone and an affordable level. So again, don't worry about it. If you can't afford the $1 a month, if you can't afford the $5 a month, don't worry. episodes of Beer Belly will still continue to air for free each and every single week. That's
Yeah.
not going to go away. Not at all.
We're
There's
still gonna
just
get drunk.
extra perks that you get.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And also, everything that we do on Beer Belly Last Call, it's eventually going to come out for free as well. So don't worry. Like, if you can't afford it, we will still make sure that it gets out to the masses. It's just going to take a little bit longer for that to happen, but best believe it still will come out. So don't worry. And we're going to be doing more stuff on YouTube as well, just to further kind of grow this audience that we've been so fortunate to have over the years. And especially 2024 and even like late 2023 has been exceptionally really good to the show, pretty good to us.
I would say so.
And yeah, so we just want to keep this love train rolling, baby. And this is
Choo
one way we know how.
choo.
So again, if you want to hear John pronounce ignorant the wrong way,
Oh,
a very questionable way, sign up on Patreon, patreon.com/BeerBellyPod. It'll be up by August 2024 for sure. All right. But that being said, before we go, of course, an episode of Beer Belly would not be complete without John's lovely words of wisdom for the week. And if he has anything else he wanted to say before I cut him off, he can do that too. Go ahead, sir.
First of all, you're son of a bitch for cutting me off.
I'm
100%
sorry.
a son of a bitch. But never, ever, ever let anybody question how much you love IPAs. If anybody walks up to you and says you need to expand your palate, you go off the list I gave you earlier. And I'm going to say it again. Single IPA, double, triple, cold, black, hazy, double dry hop, New England, triple dry hopped. I mean, come on. Why do you need a stout? Why do you need an ale when you have 10 different variations of IPAs? I'm not saying I'm a professional. I'm just good at what I do.
Amen. Amen. Now that you spat those bars, is there anything else you want to leave the people with before since I cut you off?
Watch the Captain America trailer. It was really good.
Oh, I've been meaning to, so I will definitely join you
It's
on your
really
words
good.
of wisdom for that. Nice.
Trust me. Trust me. Get one of the 10 variations of IPAs. Watch the Captain America trailer.
Nice. Captain America New World Order. It's coming. And I'm excited to talk
I mean, he'll
about it in
never
the
be my
future.
Captain America, but it's still a really
Jesus.
good trailer.
Fair enough. I mean, it's hard to beat Chris Evans. He was too
Nobody
good
will
at it.
ever be Chris Evans. Even when they replace
Quintessential.
Chris Evans with like another Steve Rogers, it will never be Chris Evans. Ever.
We're gonna be our dads one day and be like, no, like I don't know. What's an old Joker? Jack Nicholson's the best
Jack
Joker.
Nicholson. That's what I'm gonna. But the problem is we're gonna be right.
That's right. So if you're listening to this in 2075, get fucked.
Yeah, you fucking bitches, you future bitches. If you don't have at least 20 variations of IPAs by then, I'm glad I'm dead.
I know, right? I don't want to be alive in a world like that anymore than if that's the case. You can go fuck yourselves at that point. All right.
Oh my God, again, I forgot I list triple IPAs. Sorry.
You bastard. It's countless nowadays, and I hope it becomes even more infinite variations of IPA in the future. But that being said, again, if you want to reach out to us, not only is there patreon.com/beerbellypod, but there's also beerbellypod@gmail.com, at beerbellypod on all your favorite social media platforms and such. Reach out to us. Let us know what beers we should try in future episodes, what wine, whiskey, makeshift cocktails, and craft beer that you think we should put together for the show. We love doing blind taste testings. So if ever you have like a batch of beer, like, hey, you know what? Try a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that, and see where you guys end up ranking them. We'd love to do something fun like that. So again, the more suggestions you throw out, the more prone we're going to want to have to do it. So please let us know any random questions and comments you have. It doesn't even have to be beer related. Just throw them out there. And if you're okay with it, we'll read it live on the show and we'll give you a damn answer and response to your comments.
You're not going to like my answer, but I'm going to give it.
Mm-hmm. You heard that.
Always remember, you're the fisherman. I'm the mermaid.
In every scenario. Can someone else play the fisherman, please? Can anyone else catch the crabs for once?
Not in this simulation. Not in this simulation.
This is one simulation version I did not want to be a part of. Just control alt delete me, please. I don't need it. I don't need it.
That's actually what you said when we were in the swimming pool.
I don't need it, but I want it. This has been an episode of Beer Belly. We'll see you next week. Have a great one. Send in your question in the comments. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
God damn it. Is she still working out?
She's probably on her way now. Okay.
There you go. Perfect
No, tell me the
time.
game plan. Tell me the game plan.
You can crush a White Claw now while she's on the way home, especially now that she's on the way home. She'll be home shortly. That's more than enough time to crush a White Claw. Then you guys go figure out what you want for dinner. Have a beer at dinner. That way you get the calories that you were supposed to have all along.
Oh,
and now you can better afford them.
This is why we're meant to be with each other. This is literally what I told Yvonne at 4:30 when she picked me up. I said, I'm gonna have me a glass of whiskey. I'm gonna have me one White Claw. And then wherever we're gonna go, I'm gonna have one beer. Oh man. We just get each other.
I'm gonna kiss you on the mouth right now.
Oh man, I'm about to be your mermaid.
Jesus Christ. All right.